Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Millennium Dawn with me, Alpha by Omega, and Iran. So in the last episode we kind of strengthened our secret service with a new agent, Agent 3, called Parsi, and she, together with Syed Shahriari, are currently trying to infiltrate civilian administration in Iraq. They've successfully crossed into the country and now they are trying to use their diplomatic back channels to identify and contact members of the Iraqi administration with political views not shared by their government. So let's hope that they are going to do it, and successfully. In the meantime, we are trying to revitalize our military, which will give us an extra factory. I'm going to assign it to the KH 2002 gun production. And the factory that we are actually currently building in Tehran, I'm going to assign to this project as well, because infantry guns are probably... Oh, okay. I was about to say that they are probably our strongest suit because we are trying to research a new one, but we've got it. So the last project we're going to do here is going to go with the Fateh, which is going to be the last technology that we're going to do for quite some time now in the infantry tree. And we're gonna, after that, well, we might do this C4I equipment eventually, but we'll probably have to choose something like the Jeeps or something else. Well, but we're gonna go through that, go through the modernization. The tanks might be actually easy because we would get the third generation easily. We're gonna get modern battle station and a couple of extra technology to it and revamp our tank to a better version. Okay, but before we even think about that, now it's time to get the Fateh. Small arms represent the equipment employed by the rifle squad, such as assault rifles, marksman rifles, sniper rifles, grenade launchers, recoilless rifles, light machine guns, and body armor. And this also gives us a modern heavy machine gun and modern coaxial machine gun, which we are going to use in our equipment. Okay, so with you there, I can now start the upgrade of the weapons. We are back at 71,500 small arms required, but we can now just get 2 more factories here in Tehran and an office, what's it called? Office sector, so that we can boost the GDP a bit. Well, yeah, the interest rate dropped slightly again, but every little penny counts. So I think after the revitalization of the economy or the military, we're gonna go with the regulated dam construction in the west, and then we're gonna get these. Yeah, but it's 50 days. No, we're gonna get the money and bail and continue with these ones, because the reverse engineering that's gonna actually really boost our military production significantly, and the trial and error. And for now I think we can just keep on throwing more things on the infantry weapons, because that's the only thing that is actually worth producing. As the only one where we are actually almost on par with time. I think we're still a little ahead, yeah, about half a year ahead of time. But it's not a major issue for us, really. Okay, so what are you guys doing with that ship? The first of the Hormuz class is gonna be done in a couple of months, and we'll put it to sea. Okay, just a tad more and we are below 30% in debt. Or, I mean in debt, 30% of our GDP in debt. That's what I was trying to say. Haha! And we finally crawled over 1.3 trillion in economy. So you are getting better. You are getting better, that's fine. Okay, give me that military factory. It's actually gonna cost us 7.5 billion, but yeah, we can take it. Unless we're gonna go to get the money after that, we are still going to end up doing much better than we did before. So 2 weeks more if I'm reading this correctly. Which means we will need only, what? 6 billion borrowed. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that made really no difference in the grand scheme of things. So you give me that factory. You hand me that factory. And we put it on small arms. I mean, small arms is something that actually all of our units are using. Left and right, right and left. Everyone is using that. Can you give construction and research speed? Which would be good, but no. We need the money first. So let's get the money and then we can forget about this for a bit. In part of preserving Lake Urmia, the dams being used to block river flow into the lake to provide power must be regulated to release an adequate amount of water that can slowly increase the lake's current size and still provide power to the regions that rely on these dams. Hopefully this can undo some of the damage we caused. So 26.14 billion. And hey, we finished the operation. Completed. Receive 7 infiltration and extra 25% or 25 political power. Good. Good. So you can now go back there. Or did we use the entire network for that? Damn, that sucks. Okay, but this time the influence is not dropping much. And I think we can actually send you in the meantime to Israel. We can start building our operations there. Okay, well, political power is increasing, and at this point we could actually try to get the fast growth. But the 100 billion we will have to pay, that's just insane. That is just insane. And I don't like meddling with the economy that much, to be quite honest. This seems unrealistic to me. I know that there are things that you can do to boost your economy, but Jesus Christ. Afghan Taliban attacks police station. Today a group of Afghan Taliban militants ambushed one of the Afghan government's police checkpoints without warning. Afghan police forces were clearly unprepared and caught off guard, but they fought valiantly until their superiors gave the order to evacuate the checkpoint. Taliban militants had taken over the checkpoints until the Afghan military was informed, providing support to the police. There were weapons in the checkpoint's armory that were taken by the Taliban, however. During the attack, Afghan police and military forces killed several Taliban militants, but the police force also lost several brave officers in return. How sad. The NLD comes to power in Myanmar. In a remarkable turn of events, the NLD has come to government, marking the end of close to 50 years of military rule. However, commentators remain divided on whether the NLD will truly be able to steer the country in a different direction, or whether the military will continue to exercise power albeit from behind the scene. Aung San Suu Kyi. Instruction speed, likable, capable background writer, and rational. Interesting. So the research is increasing. The inorganic fiber fabrication is gonna come soon, which will further boost our production efficiency and factory output. So we could be looking at something like 15 light weapons every day. Which is, you know, arguably not bad. Okay, another factor is gonna be put on that, which is gonna drop the efficiency a bit, but it's gonna do good things elsewhere. So, we regulated the industry in the dam sector. Free air bases, huh? And now we can go with the IRGC Self-Sufficiency Jihad Organization. The IRGC Self-Sufficiency Jihad Organization is an R&D unit institution that develops and manufactures ground-penetrating radar, communication systems, weaponry, combat vehicles, electronic cyber warfare equipment, with its production facilities located in both Tehran and Isfahan. So we get research bonus for missiles and armor, and extra construction speed of 3% and research speed of 2%, and we finally get a bit of relationship boost with the Revolutionary Guards. Okay. Well, interesting. And now let's repay the debt. And we dropped our interest rates to 2.7%. And the debt to GDP ratio is now below 28%. Which means we're getting 858 million per week. Nice. So we're speeding up. There were some debates in the comments when we are going to finish repaying our debt. I can tell you now already it's looking pretty good. However, we're gonna get a couple of massive hits here. This one is gonna be fine, but this one is gonna cost 22.5 billion. And that's gonna cost a lot. That's gonna cost us a lot. Advanced metallurgy. Well, but we need it. We need it. Mass drones production. Yeah, I think we might after that go back to... Well, we may do a couple of things with Vaja. Wait, have we stopped? Yeah, we stopped influencing Iraq. That's what happened there. I was wondering if that happened or not, but it did. Military aid. Not exactly what I wanted, but hey. Okay. So what's going on? Building more civilian and some office here. GDP $1.33 trillion. GDP per capita is also increasing, that's good. Population is growing, not by much, but it is. So I really do wonder what the opinion here is gonna do. I mean, I expect we might get more volunteer divisions, but also increased cost to change corruption? Not sure, honestly. Hey, haven't we finished? Yep, we finished our first. Okay, let's get a new admiral. Ahmad Farahmand. Okay. You're called the Southern Fleet and the Northern Fleet, and we're gonna call you IRGC Persian patrols, and we'll send you patrolling. So you're gonna be patrolling in the Persian Gulf, which is your home. And you're pretty good in anti-submarine warfare and the mine laying, so that should be good. Building 3 more, aren't we? Yep. Okay. Good. Good for us. That is now 27.4%. Interest rate dropping. Wow, we have 511 political power. Do we want to exercise it to lower corruption even further? Is there any chance that we are going to lower corruption on our own? Via events. Corruption. So we're done with this. This one is definitely not gonna happen. That requires Western outlook. Self-depreciation. Okay, there's one over here, Concours Mafia. And there's one over here. We might actually get to that one. Acquire spare parts, reverse engineering, trial and error. Then more military. Islamic professionals. Well, that would make sense. But what would we in the meantime do with the money? I mean, do we want to... I don't want to burn it on that. Research speed, counterintelligence. Where was the other one? What was somewhere here, wasn't it? Crew the revolutionary fatigue. Abolish conquer. Fourth development plan. No, where was it? Corruption. Saving Iran. No, that's not it. This one is the Western outlook. Purge Conquer Mafia. Abolish Conquer. Well, that is way too far. So I think we might actually risk it and drop it on our own. That's gonna give us 3% tax, no, 2% tax multiplier, bit of research, oh, and 6% factory output. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. It's a risk, but a good one. So, we now get 1 billion per week, and we get a bit more research. Yep, minus 25% at this point. And the production, wow, 15 per week. Oh no, sorry, 15 per day. And that is before the boost that we're gonna get here. Okay, well, so let's continue with the repayment, because that is what we need to do. I mean, we're gonna get a huge hit in the budget once we get to the actual factory construction. But that's still far away. They're giving us 3% research. Yeah, we're gonna drop down to 22%. Okay, Iraq has been influenced once again. Please tell me they haven't battled. No, they didn't. Okay, 16.62%. 16.62%. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, another factory is coming. Well, I'll give you more of this and one more military factory. 27.2. Okay, what's here? Send training missions to Kyrgyzstan. That would increase stability, but we literally cannot afford it. Yeah, they were 1.3. That's something that we cannot afford. Training mission to Kyrgyzstan. Okay, let's do it. Let us do it. We now have 27 trains. Democratic Constitutional Rally re-elected in Tunisia. Well, good for them. Good for us. June 2005, next elections. Wonder who we're gonna get. Okay, we further lowered our interest. Really goddamn nice. Okay, so you give us the construction speed and research speed, and you increase the relations. So now let's go with the acquire spare parts. always fair when it comes to war, and that includes the seizure of foreign military equipment for our own use. However, it is harder than it looks to try and steal when people are shooting at you, and so you will have to become specialist in that field. So construction speed increased by 2%, research by 1%, and equipment capture ratio increased by 5%. And with the increase in relations... daily emerging support and offensive influence modifier. Okay, so that wasn't... Gotcha, that is an actual default effect, but emerging support is pretty good. I like the emerging outlook for Iran. So this is good to see. Nice, 26.6. Oh no, they purged our influence again. Bastards. No, this is gonna happen. We know that's gonna happen. It's just how it is. Okay, that extra factor is now... Wow! We have 2% tax. That is just so funny. Oh hey! We can steal industrial blueprints from Saudi Arabia? Or from where? Risky. A bonus outcome 25%. Operation 20. No, it's in Iraq. Okay, then it would be excellent. Okay, let's try it. Commence when ready. It appears that our industry is lagging behind Iraq in several areas. With a bit of cunning and a little subterfuge, we may be able to close the gap considerably. Or we could increase corruption. Infiltrate the Air Force. Steal industrial blueprints. Sabotage Aramco. Blow Baku gas canals and increase corruption. Okay, so if we infiltrate administration, we get certain other options. Okay, another attack on Afghan Taliban. Oh, another housing bubble. Okay, and this time it's actually asking us for the treasury. 40% chance to replace stable growth with stagnation. 60% chance that nothing happens and we improve opinion of the bazaar. No, we're down to stagnation. And we spend a ton of money to achieve nothing. Snap. Okay. So, the debt to GDP ratio increased. And we are no longer making money. Well, we're making 56 million per week, but that's nowhere near where we want it to be. So I think we might actually... Oh god. 102 billion. Oh, this is just crazy. We need some good news. The death of Sheikh Zayed. Wait, are you... Yeah, the United Arab Emirates, the guy that badmouthed us. Along with a sizable proportion of the Muslim world is mourning today as the ailing president of the United Arab Emirates, Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan, has passed away. Sheikh Zayed is venerated in the United Arab Emirates as the nation's founding father due to his role in uniting the once divided Emirates. The Sheikh is also credited with cementing its alliance with Saudi Arabia and the West, committing the country to the war on terror and increasing the Emirati role in the UN peacekeeping operations. He is succeeded as president of the UAE by Emir of Abu Dhabi, Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, which is his son. And he definitely looks a bit more... Yeah, he's greedy and capable. And they repaid their debt. So did everyone else apart from us. Not a great thing to look. Okay, so 23% is gonna go away. We're gonna get we are gonna get that. Okay, the achieved of a couple of days. Now let's get the reverse engineering. Stolen equipment from foreign nations tend to have technology incorporated that we don't have. So if we are to stay advanced and up to date in the military tech field, we must reverse engineer what we've collected and make our own indigenous design based on it. So free military factories are gonna come to us. And the inorganic fibers fabrication is almost done. Okay, 211 days. Yeah, I think we're gonna switch to gene therapy next. Or the Human Genome Project. 5% boost to civilian bumped us by 4,000 per week. Sorry, that's per month, right? Yeah, per month. So this is gonna have a really big effect on us, I think. Okay, well, no point in doing anything with the liquid cash, as it's so little of it. But what can we do? At least the opinion of the bazaar is 75% now, so we increase the construction speed and tax cost is further lowered. Okay, so we can go for construction free. No, we're gonna do these ones first. So gene therapy. Gene therapy is the process of genetically selecting desired traits and pushing out the undesirable traits. So monthly population is increased by 5%, and we get trickleback and war support protection of 2.5% and experience loss lowered significantly as well. And I can get a naval. Screening efficiency. Okay, let's get the Rolling Thunder. Not because we would like it, but because it leads to where we want to. Preparing our missile ships for effective volleys can ensure the maximum amount of damage is laid out against those who would threaten us. Torpedo cooldown lowered by 25%. Okay, reverse engineering. That's 3 factories. Do we want to put all of them onto here? That would give us 24 per day. And then we can start focusing on something else. It's starting to make a limited amount of sense to do it that way. Gonna have minus 12% later. That's good. Well, this military factory would be the first one that we would put on something else. So yeah, okay, let's do it. We're gonna actually put it on the tanks, because the Zulfigar one is going to be soon outdated, and we're gonna start designing a new one. In roughly 224 days, that is. We're gonna start researching the 3rd generation tank. Actually, we have a boost for that. Okay. Electric engine. And we need a bunch of modules as well for it. What's this one? 3rd generation explosive reaction armor. Increased defense. Armor. Wow. Okay, breakthrough. Yeah. These things will need to be researched so that the Zulfigars can really do what we want them to. Okay, Lebanese elections, Free Patriotic Movement re-elected. Okay, 8%. 8.43% influence. Not a great one. Well, I mean, we can keep trying that. It's not like something that would hurt us. This is just sad. We worked so hard to bump up our income, but at least, I mean, we are in positive numbers even with stagnation. So what does that tell you about us? Which is a 10% tax hit. Jesus. Please, game, just don't hit me again with the recession. That would be really, 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 really bad. Oh, it's not like we can do much. I mean, you do what you can. The game just throws a curveball at you. And again, I know that I can save up the political power and I know that I can invest in it. I just don't like it. I like the game to actually have, in my opinion actually, this should not even be in the realm of our, possibility. That is what it is, and it should be like that. And I've just confirmed something, and I don't remember what. I think we lost an effect of something. Okay, well, you're coming soon. It's good. It's gonna increase our income. After February. So by how much? Well, 50 million nearly. It's pretty good if you ask me. Reverse engineering will take 16 more days and then we're gonna call it a day. 22.5 billion, Jesus. We worked so hard on reducing it and now we're back at square one. Why, game? Why? Why are you treating me like that? Did I do you wrong? I didn't. No, I didn't. Hamad bin Isa al-Khalifa condemns Iranian aggression. Okay. So this guy really don't likes us. Kurdish election. Wait, was that him? Was that someone else? I think it might have been someone else. Yeah, it's been the Qatar leader. Well, sure, you do what you want. I'm fine with it. But you should know that we are not going to tread lightly. Okay, we could get our first air doctrine. It's interesting. And here we go with reverse engineering. So we are going to level the budget. And we are back. Really? Okay, 28.3% debt. I think that might not be right, but fine. And we are just paying 7 million per week in deficit. So that's not bad. It's gonna go away once we finish this factory, to be quite honest. And we now have 8 factories working on our infantry weapons. Now it's still nowhere near... Well, no, actually it's gonna get to roughly 30 once the effectiveness gets up there, but it doesn't matter because right now we need the Fateh gun. And once that one comes, we are done with the rearming of our units, and we'll just let it run for as long as possible. So 25, it's 2,500 per 100 days. So we get about 7,500 per year, about, well, let's call it 10,000. So about 7 years at this rate. Oh, jeez. And there really isn't much that we can do. And you're probably going to be a bit more complicated, aren't you? Yeah. Oh. Hopefully we're going to get more industrial technology that's going to help with that. You are another 5%. Production efficiency, cap and base. Okay, well, that can help. Certainly, but... oh well. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. Now, I'll see you in the next episode with more Iran.